Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS, FANS. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, sit tight because what I'm about to tell you has the potential to shake up everything we thought we knew about the NFC South, and more specifically about the Atlanta Falcons' future. Imagine a scenario where one of the league's most explosive young pass rushers, Kayvon Thibodeaux, could soon be donning the Falcons' colors. That's right. A trade that could redefine the entire division, and it's all swirling around the New York Giants right now. The buzz coming from sources close to the league, including the legendary Adam Schefter, suggests that the Giants, currently sitting at a tough 2-5 record, are actively considering trading away their promising edge rusher, Kayvon Thibodeaux. Why? Well, it's pretty straightforward. The Giants are in something of a rebuild mode, trying to navigate a tricky cap situation, with an estimated $9 million projected for 2026, and they're also dealing with some pressing needs on their roster. Now, they're reportedly willing to part ways with Thibodeaux in exchange for a third-round pick in the 2025 draft. And that's a significant move because it shows just how serious they are about restructuring and gathering assets for the future. Think about it, the Giants are also looking to free up cap space, with estimates suggesting they could free around $10 million, which they might use to extend some of their defensive linemen, like Lawrence, or to try and bolster their offense with new weapons. At the same time, their current situation on the OL is not ideal, with the unit leaking 28 sacks so far this season, making their pass protection a real concern, and Thibodeaux' explosiveness could be a perfect fit to help stabilize and energize that front. But what about the Falcons? Well, for Atlanta, this isn't just about filling a need, it's about making a bold statement. With just over $9 million in cap space currently available, and a question mark at the edge position, especially after Zach Harrison's recent injury and his limited production this season, bringing in Thibodeaux could be a game-changer. Harrison, who's been battling injuries, has only managed to record 1 sack so far, and the Falcons need someone who can bring that explosiveness off the edge consistently. Thibodeaux, who was an alternate for the Pro Bowl in 2022 while at Oregon, has shown flashes of that elite pass-rushing ability that could elevate Atlanta's defense significantly. Let's talk about what makes Thibodeaux so special. He's a player with a remarkable blend of size, speed, and agility. Standing at 6'5" and weighing around 258 pounds, he's built for the edge, and he moves like he's got a jetpack on. His speed and burst, reaching max speeds of up to 21 mph in bends, make him a nightmare for offensive tackles. His production speaks volumes. With 22 career sacks, 140 pressures, and 200 tackles so far, he's proven to be a disruptive force. His PFF grade for 2025 is a stellar 84. 5, putting him among the top 25 edge rushers in the league. And in 2025 alone, he's already managed 7 sacks and 38 pressures. That's no small feat, especially considering he's only in his 3rd year. And let's not forget the impact he's had this season. In Week 5, he recorded 2 sacks against the Seattle Seahawks, showcasing his ability to dominate against top-tier competition. His rushes, especially on dip moves, have been highly effective, even if his overall grade in some areas dips slightly due to injuries. Last year, he battled a shoulder injury that limited him to just 2 games, but when healthy, Thibodeaux is a game wrecker. His athletic profile is off the charts, an athleticism grade of 90, and a win rate of around 20%, meaning he's getting pressure on a significant portion of his pass rushes. His ability to turn pressure into sacks and force quarterback hurried throws makes him a prime candidate to elevate any defense he joins. Now diving into the strategic implications of such a move, here's where it gets really interesting. The Giants, motivated by their cap crunch and the need to improve their offensive line and overall roster balance, are willing to trade assets for future flexibility. They're eyeing the draft, potentially targeting a top quarterback with their projected number 4 pick, and they're trying to avoid committing to a hefty extension for Thibodeaux, which could cost around $16 million per year at just 24 years old. This move makes sense for them. They get a valuable draft asset and cap relief. But for the Falcons, it's a golden opportunity to add a young, proven pass rusher who could redefine their front seven. Atlanta's defense this season has been solid, ranking 19th in sacks with an average of just 2-1 per game, which leaves a lot to be desired. But bringing in Thibodeaux changes that narrative. His addition could boost the Falcons' win rate by approximately 18%, adding around 10 sacks over the course of the season. When you combine his presence with the likes of Ebakti, who's been rumbling on the other side, the entire front seven becomes much more aggressive and unpredictable. Thibodeaux' ability to generate pressure, especially against top offensive lines like the Saints' top 9 protection, could lead to a drop in opponents' rushing touchdowns from 9 down to 6, and give the Falcons' secondary more time to cover receivers and create turnovers. This move also has a significant impact on the Falcons' overall defensive efficiency. With Thibodeaux' pressure, the team's expected points added (EPA) per rush could see an improvement of around 38, and the forced fumbles could jump from 5 to about 10 by the season's end. His impact on turnovers and points allowed could be massive. Not only that, but it would give the secondary that extra half-second or so to react, which is invaluable in today's NFL. Opposing quarterbacks would have less time to find open receivers, and that translates into more sacks, more turnovers, and fewer points allowed. Looking at the big picture, this isn't just a move for this season. It's a signal that the Falcons are serious about building a defense capable of competing at the highest level, possibly even making a deep playoff run. And let's be honest, with the recent resurgence of the team's offense led by Penix's arm and his ability to stretch the field with an average depth of target of around 8. 5 yards, having a dominant pass rush becomes even more critical. The combination of a potent offense and an aggressive defense could elevate Atlanta into the top-tier teams in the league, and Thibodeaux' addition might be that missing piece to unlock their full potential. Now, if you look at the odds for the Super Bowl LX, the Falcons' chances have already seen a significant boost. From plus 8,000, they've risen to plus 4,500, making them a true X-factor in the NFC. That's a huge jump. When you compare that to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at plus 2,500 or the Carolina Panthers at plus 4,000, it's clear that adding a player like Thibodeaux could push Atlanta into serious contention. His explosiveness, reminiscent of a Von Miller 2-0, could add roughly a plus 10% win probability in playoff scenarios, especially in high-pressure, playoff-caliber games. That kind of boost could be the difference between a first-round exit and a deep run in the postseason. And in a more historical sense, this move echoes the aggressive front seven strategies of the 2010s, where teams like the Ravens and Steelers built their defenses around relentless pass rushers. If the Falcons manage this trade, it could be the start of a new era, one where Morris's coaching philosophy of pressure and aggression is fully realized. The legacy they're building could be similar to those legendary defenses, but with a modern twist that emphasizes speed, athleticism, and relentless pursuit of the quarterback. So, fans, the potential of this trade isn't just about acquiring a talented player. It's about setting a tone, sending a message that the Falcons are ready to compete with the best of the best. It's about creating a defense that strikes fear into opponents and complements the offensive firepower they already have. It's about vision, about making bold moves in the face of cap constraints and draft priorities, knowing that sometimes the biggest risks bring the biggest rewards. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you believe Thibodeaux is the missing piece for a Super Bowl push? Are you excited about the potential impact he could have on the team's defense and overall success? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Atlanta Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. Thanks for sticking with me, and as always, let's keep the faith and keep pushing forward. Go Falcons!